January is looking to be a pretty packed month, especially if you play Japanese games on the PS4. Otherwise, you still have some stuff to look forward to, especially number 1. Welcome to Give It Thought, I'm Jake, and these are the top 5 games to watch out for in January of 2017. Number 5 is Gravity Rush 2. This entry picks up the story where the last one left off, with Kat returning with her longtime friend, Raven. A new gravity disturbance is noticed by the town of Hexaville, and the Gravity Princess jumps into action. Raven and Kat are set to team up with a police officer named Sid to try and find the source of the disturbance, and are then hit with a gravity storm of epic proportions, which shifts the game's plot into high gear after the 3 heroes are sucked into a gravity vortex. This game will expand on the previous' ability to control gravity with the introduction of 2 new types of gravity styles called Lunar and Jupiter. Lunar will make Kat faster, while Jupiter will make her heavier but give her attacks more strength. This game is set to have 3 times the amount of missions than the previous game, as well as having a 2.5 times larger map. Just so everyone knows, the composer of the original game's phenomenal soundtrack is back to score this game, so no worries about missing out on some more great music. Sony seems a little extra invested in this game than they did with the last one. If anything, it's a good sign that this game will be a decent follow-up to the cult favorite that was Gravity Rush. At number 4, we have Double Dragon 4. I get that some people may be too young to remember the original games, but I would bet that you don't have to know much about the series' history to jump into the latest entry. If you're worried about story, just know that the Double Dragon games never delved too far into that arena. They're old school beat 'em ups, no need for something as trivial as plot. Just know that you will either be playing as Billy or Jimmy, whose only skills are beating up ninjas and big ol' burly bald dudes, better known as abobos. This entry looks to be taking place in Japan, and on a speeding truck, and in one of those old-fashioned Japanese temples with spears that jet up through the ceiling. You know the kind. When I look at this game, I see nostalgia incarnate, and I really hope this one holds up. It looks to be keeping most of the mechanics from the previous games, not counting Double Dragon Neon, and really capitalizing on that old school look. The rights for the franchise were recently picked up by Arc Systems in 2015, and they brought on the game's original director and producer, so the vision for the games will likely be intact. Number 3 is Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Whew, that's a mouthful. This game, or remaster rather, was announced all the way back in 2015 and will finally hit shelves this month. Like all the Kingdom Hearts HD collections, this one has multiple games and cinematic collections to dig into. The main attraction is the HD remaster of Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, which implements the drop system that I very much enjoyed in the original game. Each world in this game is almost entirely new when compared to past games, and it has an absence of Final Fantasy characters, which made up a bulk of the cast in previous entries. In addition to that, you're getting Kingdom Hearts XG back cover, which is a cinematic based on Kingdom Hearts X, which shows a few extra story details not seen in the original. In case you skipped out on that one, Kingdom Hearts X is a prequel to the entire series and connects to the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3 through that entry's main weapon, the legendary X-Blade. And there's one more piece to this collection, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. This is an all-new game that sees the events of Birth by Sleep take place through the eyes of Aqua. You have to hand it to Square Enix and how they're trying to prepare players for Kingdom Hearts 3 with all this extra content. Or they're trying to make more money. Whatever the case, the collections are enjoyable, especially if you missed those games because you don't play handheld. Number 2 is Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King, the remaster for the 3DS. See, I told you there were a lot of Japanese games coming out this month, but this classic is getting the 3DS makeover as well as some brand new content. Dragon Quest VIII follows the adventures of a ragtag group of heroes on their search to restore a king and princess to their former glory after they were cursed by the dastardly Dol-Magus. Throughout the game, you encounter all those well-known Dragon Quest enemies like the Golem and, of course, the Slimes. This remake, however, adds on to the previous game with some new additions and 2 all-new party members. One is a female bandit named Red, who specializes in fan weapons, and the other is the Monster Arena owner, Mori, who channels his inner Wolverine when on the battlefield, slashing monsters up with the new claw weapon variant. You also get a new feature that speeds up combat, 2 additional dungeons have been added, and some more cutscenes that give background for certain important characters. Anyone familiar with this channel will know I love this game. I play through it once a year, and now I cannot wait to dive back in this year with all new features. And really quick, I just wanted to do some honorable mentions for games that could not fit on this list. Tales of Berseria, Dynasty Warriors Godseekers, Yakuza 0, and for the most anticipated game of January of 2017, we have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This will be the first entry in the main series to be entirely from the first-person viewpoint. A lot of people are not jumping on that train, so much that there is an online petition to make it third-person, but I see it as the series is evolving. This game stars Ethan Winters, the player character, as he makes his way through the fictional city of Dulve, Louisiana, 4 years after Resident Evil 6. The driving force behind the game is that Ethan is searching for his wife, Mia, and that takes him to a plantation mansion which is the home of the twisted-looking Baker family. The game is set to connect to past entries, but Resident Evil 7 will feature an all-new cast of characters and have something to do with the odd subtitle Biohazard. Capcom has yet to spill the details on what that entails, but I'm thinking some kind of infection. But that's too far-fetched, isn't it? This game has a lot of faith to restore in this franchise, especially after Resident Evil 6 and this year's Umbrella Corps. They look to be doing the marketing right, with all the demos they put out building up to the game's release, as well as keeping the game's plot mostly secret. I'm a bit wary that it was pushed to January so that it didn't compete with blockbusters around the holidays, but regardless, it still looks really scary. I hope this game can pick up where that cancelled Silent Hills game left off, because we really need something to fill that void. And that's the list. If you know of anything I missed, be sure to tell me down below. But that's where I'm going to wrap it up today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me, subscribe if it's your first time here, and follow me on Twitter at GiveIt.1. Links are, as always, in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.